everyone. Welcome to Adapted Sports Focus. I'm your host, Mike York, and today I have two guests here who play power hockey, and that's what we're going to be talking about today is some power hockey, its origins, its starts, its tournaments, its in-house league here in Minnesota. To my guests here are Matt Wimmergren and his brother Josh Wimmergren. Welcome to the show, fellas.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
So let's start with a little bit of your background here and how did you get started in just adapted sports in general?
Okay, so with adaptive sports, I started playing when I was in 7th grade. One of the coaches saw me rolling around through the halls, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to play some sports?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, I'll go." Check that out, and I've been playing it through my whole high school career, and then we joined up with power hockey 2008, and then we currently play on the Saints. This past tournament, I didn't play. I helped coach. So yeah.
Yeah, and I pretty much started. He was after his senior year. I started the next year in adapted sports, just playing because I saw him play, and that was a fun thing to do. And yeah, then we started playing power hockey in 2006, and after that joined the Saints and been at the last few tournaments with them.
Nice. So for fans who don't know what power hockey is, how can we explain power hockey to them?
The best way is just people in electric wheelchairs. You just play hockey, but instead of ice, it's on a gym floor, and then you use a wiffle ball instead of a puck. But it's pretty much the same game. Other than that, it's pretty much, instead of 5 players and a goalie, it's 4 players and a goalie on the court, just because of too many chairs. It's hard to do stuff around there. But yeah, so it makes it a little more neat to have just the 4 and the 1 goalie.
Yeah, and I guess one of the things is that it's, like Matt said, like the rules are similar. It's just like regular ice hockey, but there's certain rules that we adapted it so that everybody's included, so the people who are strong can still play, and the people who aren't quite as strong, we adapt the rules and change the rules, and we allow adaptations to the hockey stick and all that stuff, so everybody can be a part of the sport. Everybody can play.
Definitely, with the sport, more about rules here. Just what about the sports? I noticed when you play, there's level 1s, 2s, and 3s. Can you explain to the viewers what those kind of mean and how they translate to the game?
Okay, yeah, definitely. So first off, there's only allowed to have 1 level 1 on the court at all times. And a level 1 player is someone that has more physical body strength, and they can reach around both sides of their chair to kind of do stuff that the other ones can't. And a level 2 is like a notch down, where they can maybe on one side of their body, they can stick handle and do moves and have some strength. And then a level 3 is someone that has to use their chair to move the ball. So either the stick is taped to their chair, or it's taped to their hand. And so with each of the levels, you need 1 non-goalie to be a level 3, and then can only have 1 level 1, and the rest, it doesn't matter. It's 2s or whatever you want to do, and that's pretty much what the levels are for, just to make it so not one team has a whole bunch of strength that dominates the game. It kind of makes it a little more fair.
Definitely. So with after those, we'll get into how did power hockey start. Let's try to narrow down first to Minnesota era. Do you know how it started here in Minnesota?
Yeah, I know a little bit of that. So usually after adaptive sports, there was once you graduated, there's really no other sport, and somebody tried to start in I guess MAA adaptive sports for adults, and they had a mix of able-bodied players and people in wheelchairs, but Craig decided that he wanted to start the founder, I guess, of power hockey, Craig McClellan. He wanted to start up a league just for people in chairs, so they can feel like they're more inclusive in their sport, and just so that it gives us a chance to play, where we normally can't. So
Definitely, yeah. You mentioned with the able bodies. I played with an able body, and I think power hockey is more helpful to people in power wheelchairs because when you play and with people who are able bodied too, your job is kind of limited. Standing in front of the net and getting plunked by pucks and balls and doing all the gritty hard work. Where here you're more like a player. You can do offense, you can set plays, and that's the difference I think here in power hockey. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I played, I would do some like forward and stuff, but mostly you had to play defense or goalie if you wanted to play. And so this allows everyone to play every position, to be someone that can score. It just gives you more options when you're playing.
Definitely, yeah. With like the threes you said, usually in hockey you don't have regular hockey. You don't have it's illegal to set a pick, but here you can set picks and makes that player even more valuable to the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Like just because you don't have strength, it doesn't mean like Craig McCollum's a perfect example. He can drive his chair better than anyone, and he knows how to set picks and screens, and everyone can have a chance to be a big factor in the game for sure.
Definitely, yeah. So is Minnesota first people to start power hockey, or was that Canada or somewhere else? Or
it started in Canada is where most of the teams, or a lot of the teams are. I forget. I think maybe Calgary or Toronto is one of the first. So yeah.
Nice. Any to add to that?
Yeah, I guess like now. So it used to like start in Canada, then. I think power hockey in this state didn't start like late 90s or something. The first tournament was 2001. And there's teams from Canada, like Calgary and Toronto and Ottawa, and then there's teams that kind of expand down to the U.S. There's teams in Michigan, Philadelphia, North Carolina. We're trying to start teams in Texas and possibly New York, but yeah.
Nice. So if I'm a young player and I'm looking to play power hockey, how do I get involved? How do I find out?
Well, the best way is, I guess, the website is powerhockey.com/Minnesota, and that's for our local league. But that's the best way. And we have every summer is when the local league happens, and it usually goes from May until like the early part of September, and just come out at Crystal Community Center, and on our website we have schedule of like when we play, and just to check out to see if it's something that they'd want to do.
You just email powerhockey.com, and the only rules that we have is you need to use an electric wheelchair in everyday life, and you need to be at least 13.
And about tournaments and. Where was the first tournament held for the states here?
The first tournament was 2001, and it was actually a World Cup. So there's teams from Europe that came also.
Nice. And
Canada, and then the U.S. Yeah, that was the first tournament. It was 2001.
Yeah, there was teams from Germany, Australia, and Canada. Yeah, that was kind of the first tournament.
So how did the Saints get started?
I'm not entirely sure.
We weren't quite exactly with them.
They've been pretty much the start, right? I think.
Yeah. So I guess they just wanted some more teams, and we had like enough players in the local league where they wanted to start 2 teams, and that's just kind of how it went. And then some of the players from the Stars, they kind of retired and kind of moved on. So then we got asked by the Saints in 2012 for a tryout. Nice. And we've been doing the last 3 tournaments. So 2012 was in Ottawa, 2014 was here in Minneapolis, and then 2016 was out in Philadelphia.
Nice. So Saints are basically like a kind of an all-star team that travels, a traveling all-star team.
Yeah, it's kind of like a traveling team of the best players in the local league.
Nice tournament. Those were the 2 tournaments.
Yeah,
then?
Those are the first 2, and then in 2012 we joined the Saints.
Nice. And how was your experience with those tournaments?
It's always fun getting to. I went to Toronto in 2010, and that was a lot of fun to explore a new city and then meet a whole bunch of people, And yeah, it's always good to see, not only to play, but when you're there, you get to explore different cities and how they live there. And yeah, it's always a lot of fun going to tournaments.
Nice.
Yeah, and like it's also nice to have like we kind of have this like sense of community with like the other teams who are outstate. You know, because we're all in electric wheelchairs. We all go through the same things, the struggles. So we kind of understand each other a bit. So it's kind of nice to see other people who are living our lifestyle, enjoying life and, playing in these tournaments. And they're pretty competitive. Like they get pretty intense. Like it's not just a little like, oh, this is fun. Like, like the fans get into it, the crowd.
So what was your experience in the 2014 tournament and how, because I believe you guys are now the four-time champions of the Power Hockey Cup, which is basically the World Cup for you guys. And how do you feel to keep retaining it after all these years?
It doesn't get old, that's for sure. Keep bringing that home. But yeah, like the Saints won in 2010 when we were on the Stars. We didn't have a good tournament then, and they came away with it. So that was kind of cool. And then, yeah, in 2012, winning that first cup was something pretty special. Like, it was not easy to do, and we had a pretty crazy championship game that came down to the end. But yeah, it was really nice winning that first one.
Definitely. And so a couple of teams out there that should be noticed are like Philadelphia. They're very young, but they're very tough. And what was we'll have a video of the championship in a little bit later. But how was that competing against them? You've played them a couple of times.
Oh yeah, the first time we played them was there was a U.S. tournament in Philly, and they were like these 9-year-old and 8-year-old kids, and like you're playing them, and you're like, whoa, they're a little kid, but you sit there and then they go right by you and score some goals, and you're like, okay, I'm not letting that kid score again. Like. So we've seen them grow up and do some really cool things. That team's really fun to play because they play really clean, and some of the teams aren't very clean when we play. But them, it's going to be a fair match, and then it's really cool playing against them. Can't be fooled by their age though.
No,
those kids are good.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, like well, I've had a perspective of playing against those kids and also coaching as well, and like they're very smart kids. Like they have all these like set plays, and they're tough to defend against, and it's just a really great game, and it shows that it doesn't matter what age you are. Like you can still play a sport and play it well, and I would say they dominate sometimes. Like they are probably our biggest rival, probably, I would assume. But
yeah, other than Michigan.
Yeah,
Michigan.
I was going to say, yeah, Michigan is probably one of your biggest rivals, and they always seem to play you guys pretty tough when they come out and play.
Yeah, I guess I like to call it is whenever they play us, that's their championship game. So like they get juiced up, amped up for this game, and then after the game, we usually win, and then they kind of fall off after that. So yeah, it's a huge rivalry. Some of the fans probably don't like us because we win too much, but like the players are nice. They're I would consider them friends, but yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're not just our enemies or opponents. They're really cool people, and it's fun after to just talk with them and hang out. And yeah, the thing about Philly, they've been the last few years more. They've had our pretty good games against us, and there's a team that doesn't quit. So we always have to fight off at the end to win, and we normally do, I guess.
Yeah, as you see here in a little bit, you guys, you always get a quick lead, and then they always come firing back to the last second, making it like a one-goal game. It happened to the 2014 and this 2016 one, and it's been pretty epic battles. Watching you guys try to hold them off, and they come hard, and they just. They play vicious in those last few minutes when they're down.
Yeah, they for sure do, because like you think, oh, it's a kid, he's gonna get down when they're losing, but they keep coming, and we have to do all we can just to hold them off. And yeah, it's a lot of fun though at the end of the game when they're that close, but yeah, it's nerve-wracking, and yeah, we somehow pull it out usually.
Before we go to those video clips, is there any other uh, any teams that might be coming up in the future that will give you some trouble in the near future?
Philly still and Michigan are they have some pretty decent players. Those are the and then I guess the Toronto Rock team. They have a lot of strong players.
Yeah, what's interesting about the Toronto Rock team is that most of these teams, they have like their front line, their best 3 players play the whole game. Well, Toronto Rock, they can run lines in, so they have like 2 different lines, and they're actually one of the teams that actually plays clean too. Like they're not dirty. They don't try to run into us. It's just a game. We're just out there to play, and yeah, that's probably going to be a tough team here. But all the games have been getting closer each tournament. Like all the teams are pretty much on par. Like all the games are close. Like nobody ever blows out anybody or anything like that. Like they're closely contested games.
Nice.
So.
And just if you want to give any shouts to like your players on the team, like Sarah Heinz or other key contributors of your teams, if you want to say anything about them and how working with them and playing with them.
For sure. Like this year was the first time I played defense with Sarah, and it's nice having someone back there that she's basically the reason we've won a lot of these tournaments. She makes big saves at big time, and I've only played really 3-4 games with her on D, and it's just nice having her back there. Lets me be free to go do some crazy things and cut down angles. But Josh played longer with her.
Yeah, the thing about Sarah is that, like, we go to these tournaments and they have like player awards that they give out, and like she would never win like goaltender of the tournament, but like she's finally won like a few of those. Like people are realizing that she's good. Like she's like very quiet, but she's like positive, and I don't know, she's just a great goalie to have. And yeah, she's the reason that we've won. If we had somebody else in goal, I don't think it would have happened. No.
Well, then Sarah proves that you don't have to have strength, because most other teams have goalies that are level 2s that they can kind of move more, and Sarah's a level 3. The goalie sticks taped to her, and she just shows that it doesn't matter your strength. You can be a big part of the game.
Definitely, when you see the video, she's quite awesome. She knows where to put her body in her chair and to stop all types of angles of shots. And if we can roll those clips now, and we'll get talking about them. All right, here's I believe this is where you guys first come out and scored. This is the championship game, power play in the Saints. That's the Philadelphia team, and make a nice shot if you guys want to talk about.
Oh yeah, that's just a good play. We have I think it was Jacob Ritter was hitting it up to Twite, and we had some good zone pressure here. I think Chad takes a shot, and
nice little slow
and
motion.
nice little flip shot right in. That was a good way to start the game for sure.
Definitely, and I believe this is that was a great shot, and I think the next shot will be here. If we pull it up here, is the next one will be, I think they tie the game 1-1 here.
Yeah, I think let's see what happened here. I haven't actually seen a replay of this, so. Yeah, Jake, he's got that little weird angle shot that he comes in, and he can do some crazy stuff.
Yeah, you guys were putting pretty good pressure on him, but yeah, that Jake Saxon, he's a sneaky kid.
Yeah, he comes around and takes a shot from a side angle. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Like, there's a crease you can't go in, and I was about to, the crease got in my way, and I should have just kept going, but he got me, so.
Nice. And I believe the next few clips are you guys taking a lead here, if you want to run through that.
Yeah, what we did here is we tried to put more pressure in their defensive zone.
That was a nice save by
Sarah coming up big.
Sarah with the great save. And now it's like we're just digging it out here. And then
Chad,
just
another flippy.
with a little flip shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad, yeah, he's good at those. And he's a level 1, so
Yeah.
you could tell which players are level ones with more strength.
I was noticing in that tournament too, you guys were keeping him back a little bit this tournament. Usually he's one of the top few in goal scoring, and he played more of a kind of a small role here, like not scoring as much, but when he had to, he did. But he was definitely making lots of plays for you guys.
Yeah, with the addition of Jacob and Nathan Ritter, they've helped where he's not focused just on scoring. Like he'd rather be in a good defensive position and set them up to have them score. And yeah, so it's been we've had the people now where he can be able to do that. He always could. It's just he needed some people that had some strength to do some flip shots.
That
also.
definitely helped against these guys, because when you didn't have them last year, it was basically all him trying to do the scoring, and it proved tough. But with these guys, you have more firepower.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and it's also with this sport, you just can't worry about your bodies. You got to worry about your chair too. So like Chad's chair it's getting kind of old, so it does kind of like almost kind of overheat and break down sometimes. But luckily we were able to save him, and he's playing more of like a team role and more of like a defensive presence in this tournament, just because we had Jacob and Hathan too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Definitely, yeah. I noticed in the 2014 tournament there was quite a few chairs that were overheating and just taking a lot of abuse during these tournaments, and you got to try to limit that, but it's tough.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, we can go next clip here, and then I believe you scored here again, making it 3-1.
Yep. I didn't know. Oh, it is lower.
And then
What happened here?
it was a good takeaway here, I believe.
Yeah, it's
Keeping him to
probably
the side.
Gonna get a
Yeah,
shot
get
here.
a little shot here. I think we come out on a breakout here. Yeah.
Those twins
Yep.
really
Just
work
well.
well together.
Yeah, they do. They do. They've practiced a lot. You can tell. Their twins are like they know exactly where the other one is. That's pretty crazy.
It's a great little pass. Like that's what Philadelphia does. They have these great little entrance.
I think Jacob gets a nice
Passes.
little flip there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a nice little flip shot.
Yeah.
You did well there against, they were hitting long, like I always equated to that one kid, the Pitts kid.
Yeah.
He's like their quarterback, just kind of passing it up, doing long passes, and doing the kind of the home run plays during the entire tournament. And you guys weathered that where most teams couldn't.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think for us is like a lot of people, or a lot of teams, they play more of like a structured style, like a system, and like I don't know, like we've had players from other teams like ask like, well, how come you guys don't play a system? And it's like, well, I don't know, we just kind of just don't play that way. We're kind of more just like free flowing, and there's like some things that we can do, but it's all basically just like instincts and things. So that's something maybe we do differently than the other
Yeah, 'cause
teams.
I think sometimes you're too structured. You just stick to what you're doing. But the way we play, like people need to know where if someone does this, you have to fill in here. And I think we noticed in a lot of the games we're doing those long shots. So because Sarah's behind me, I'm allowed to play aggressive. And like when he does a flip shot or the little pass up, I was able to get up on them and then kind of shut down the play until all other guys could get back on the play. So.
Definitely, and it helps this tournament. You usually are playing offense, and so that actually helps big when you're playing defense, because you kind of know how they're trying to do the offense, and you know how to defend that.
Yeah, for sure. I played a lot of forward against them, so I kind of know what they like to do. And there's one rule, like if you're a level 2 or a 1, you can tape your stick to your chair to be a level 3. So in that game, that was my third game with I usually hold the stick, so it was taped to my chair, and it was kind of weird to get used to. But yeah, since I knew kind of what they were doing, I could get to the spot they wanted to go because I'm used to them on forward, and it seemed to work well for the team.
That's right. That's good. And I think we got a couple more here, more clips here. And I think you take a 4-1 lead here.
That's just Chad. He usually ball handles for us quite a bit, and he flips it down, and we just send the twins after it.
Yeah.
And they pressured a lot in this tournament. It was tough for some teams to.
Yeah, take a handle.
Yep.
Yeah, they really came around this at the end of the tournament. They struggled a little bit, I was saying, in the beginning of the tournament, and then they figured out and picked it up. Definitely the speed of the games here.
Oh, the speed of the game is much faster than here in our local league.
Yeah, basically their team, all their chairs are faster than ours, so it's got to play good angles and good solid defense. I think Chad just snuck through there and nice little see, that's what we have the Ritters. They go up and get in front of the goal and get those dirty goals.
That was great. Yeah, you guys swooped in there and got the rebound, and that's what you were trying to do a lot. Just trying to get a lot of rebounds on that goalie, because that goalie for Philadelphia, he was pretty solid.
Yeah, for sure. You got to get shots on him and get in front and try to get some goals like we did there.
Nice. We can roll the next clip here. All right, so this is where they make their comeback here, and if you guys want to walk us through how they came back here.
This is Jake Saxton.
Yeah, they're just they got that Bryce up. He's level 3, playing as level 2, and they just put the pressure on him for sure. Come in there, cause havoc, and they came strong at the end. It was very tough.
Definitely, they definitely made a nice swipe from Chad from the corner, and that's how they. Looks like they were able to, get some offensive.
Just flipped in the air and just passed it in.
Alex Pitts, and they score.
Yeah, and Alex Pitts, he really came to play in the 2014 tournament. He really didn't, shine as much as Jake Saxton did, but this tournament he really played well. This tournament, he was tough to handle.
Yeah, he for sure was. He played really well.
Nice, and we'll roll the next clip here. And then here, they're going to make it, as you see, it's like 4 minutes here left, and I believe they're going to score their third goal here. Really put the pressure on you guys.
Yeah, Jake Saxton there does a lot of good stick handling, and he's very tough at the end of the game there.
That was a good shot of the cup there that you guys won.
Yeah, for sure.
Just for a second there.
And,
nice pass to
Jacob
Jacob
Ritter.
Ritter. Oh, he almost scored. I didn't see how close that was.
Yeah, that was.
When we were playing, holy cow.
Yeah, that was right off the bar.
I would have put a lot of pressure off us there. But yeah, Jake just makes some good plays for sure.
Trying to hold him off at the line, I see here. And, you do a good job of it here, and then just they hit that.
He just makes a pass right there, and then Pitt's just unstoppable.
Yeah, that was a snipe shot.
Yeah, for sure. That was a heck of a shot.
Oh man, nothing he could do there, but that was good. And now we're gonna see. I believe that was the when they scored the third goal there, and then the rest of the game you're trying to hold him off, and I think after that you hold him off 4-3, and you ended up winning. If we have the clip here of you kind of getting the cup, or Chad getting the cup.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, there's
Coming over
Chad. Unfortunately, we didn't get all of this on the stream because our stream cut off. We had a lot of angry people.
Yeah.
But
That was nice. Getting
lifting up the
there we go.
lifting up the cup. There's you right over there.
Yeah, right next to him.
Yeah.
And 4 times with that cup.
Coach Josh isn't anywhere to be seen.
No, I think I'm behind somewhere over
Yeah.
there.
Oh, I thought you heard Brooks did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I
I
did.
just walked out.
Just walked off. Well, you know what they say, nothing wins like winning. So there we go.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, nothing wins like winning. Well, yeah, that was the last shot there. Again, you take it home and get to drink out of it. And, well, we're gonna wrap it up here, and I would like to thank my guests, Matt and Josh Wimgren here for joining us today for the Adapted Sports Focus. Again, my name is Mike York, and we will see you next time. Thanks.